got the gameplay trailer. Let's go, bro. IGN, should we go? IGN, should we go? I always feel like IGN be just cutting off views. I don't know how they do this shit, bro. They would just slack off views from everyone else. Like, they got more views than PlayStation or the Mafia game channel itself. That's crazy, bro. My boy Hollow right there. Shout out Hollow. Lord knows how he made a 12-minute video out of this, bro. Ooh. Come in. Oh, contains gameplay cinematics and footage captured in engine.
Come in.
Hangar 2K.
Bravery is not common in this world, and so loyalty.
Who's not common?
Bravery is not common in this world, and so loyalty.
They call the Italian raspi. Bravery is not common in this world.
Honor.
Horses? Gameplay. Honor what?
They set the man apart from the rest. You took care of Messina, but this matter is not yet resolved. Will you help me bring it to a close?
Fucking.
Of course, tanto risi.
Ooh, ooh. Ah. Oh, the mechanic. Oh, he missed a couple shots. Okay. Damn, whipping that hole. Come on, boy. What's your? I don't even know his name. Woo! Ah. Oh, that boy is dead. Yeah, horseback riding and revolver.
You again.
That's what we saw, right? That's what we saw in the early trailer. Woo! The little Matrix Wii pre-orders the old country Mafia. Wow, hold on. I want to see that again. Oh, okay, little drip if you pre-order. Nice. Listen, Mafia, you're gonna have to sponsor me for that, bro. Holy shit. No date still. No date still. You stupid bitch. I want to actually know what he said in the beginning.
Bravery is not common in this world, and so
loyalty. Hanso.
Honor.
Her name is Hanso?
Obedience. They set the man apart from the rest. You took care of Messina, but this matter is not yet resolved. Will you help me bring it to a close? Of course.
Wow. Listen, Mafia coming out, bro. If you haven't watched the Mafia if you haven't watched the Mafia playthroughs on the channel, you know what to do, bro. What the fuck did he make a 12-minute video out of? What did you talk about, Mr. Hollow? Dev Diary. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit extra for you guys.
Hey everyone, I'm Nick Baines, president of Hangar 13.
What's up, Nick
We
Baines?
hope you enjoyed this new look at gameplay in Mafia the Old
British
Country.
too, huh?
We're just 3 short months
only
away
makes
now
sense,
from
my
getting
boy.
this game in your hands, and we can't wait.
3
Mafia
months.
the Old Country is an origin story for the Mafia universe, and as such, it's both a step forward and a return to the fundamentals of the franchise.
Okay.
The heart of Mafia has always been deep.
Please don't tell me it's about the driving thing when you said to me return, because I saw how the whip moved. It didn't.
It's a premium experience in the vein of early Mafia games, with a linear narrative set against the stunning, authentic backdrop of 1900 Sicily. That focus has allowed us to deliver a classic organised crime drama in the period authentic Mafia rules and traditions of the era. And as you just saw, we've made some exciting gameplay updates. Whether you're using a knife or a gun, using stealth or in a shootout, this is brutal and grounded in all the best ways. It's all going to pull you in from every angle, pushing the franchise forward in a location and time painstakingly created with the utmost authenticity and detail using Unreal Engine 5. Stick around, because next up is our development team, who have loads of awesome behind-the-scenes insights on how we brought this title to life. And stay tuned between now and August, as we'll have even more to tell and show. Thanks for joining us on this journey.
Okay, now, Mr. Nick, better have some good shit for me to see.
Come in.
Playing a
Our
classic
top
mob
goal
movie.
for every Mafia game is to deliver the promise to a player that you're going to play a classic mob movie. Mafia the Old Country is a linear crime drama set against a beautiful Sicilian backdrop. The first step for us was to make sure that we were nailing all of the things that players expect from a Mafia game. The quality of its storytelling, how immersive it is, how authentic it is. Previous Mafia games have been set in big American cities. We've taken the action and we've put our story in rural Sicily, in the place where the Mafia began.
You really feel like you're transported into another time. It feels really unique and different, but yet really familiar. Players are really going to enjoy that aspect of it.
Our entry point for making these crime dramas
a bit more gameplay,
is
man. I
always
love
the
this.
protagonist. We wanted to make sure that our main character, Enzo Favara, lives up to the standard which we've set in the past, and I hope in some ways even exceeds that.
All of the men in this room are bound by blood.
Enzo grows up in a sulfur mine. He's one of a bunch of children that are sold to the mine owners at this point in history in Sicily. Their life expectancy is short and they're essentially seen as disposable.
Oh, that's
Enzo
why he
turns
got
to
the
crime
buzz
as a-
cut look. Oh, so he's a youngin' with a buzz cut and he grew up. Okay, because we didn't really have any of that with the previous Mafia or Tommy, right? Tommy was just straight in the deep end, taxi driver, and Vito. Yeah, so Vito's story was also kind of, like it was some story, but it was more cutscenes.
Means to make
So this is
something
like
of
a
himself.
journey
The
back in
odds are
time.
stacked against him. So what does he do? He sees an opportunity for himself to gain some status, to gain some respect.
Do you wish to commit
And we know
to this
how that's
family?
gonna go, my boy.
I do.
Swearing the oath is the chance for him to finally be accepted. He's found a family. It's the thing he's been searching for his entire life, but it comes at a cost.
I think players are in for an emotional roller coaster. The high stakes of the Mafia life present opportunities for us as storytellers to take players and put players through the ringer, really, in terms of what happens to the character, what happens to them in the game.
You again.
Immersive.
What makes
Life
a
or
really
death
compelling gameplay experience is the mix of the high-intensity combat, cover play, cover shooting, set by these beautiful cinematics
Yeah,
that
please.
make what you do.
Please, 2K, Hunger Games, Mr. Nick and all the team, please don't let it be like no fucking Mafia 2 gameplay, please, the shooting, please.
In the combat, so much more meaningful because you're fighting for something you really believe in.
Authenticity and immersion are key. And so we wanted to take that philosophy from the storytelling and make sure that it was consistent in the gameplay.
You know, whether you come for that core cover combat shooting experience or that white knuckle driving experience, you have that in Mafia.
What do you
the
say?
Old
White
Country.
nipple
But
driving?
it's
Downbeats, there's some deep storytelling moments, and then there's some like high intensity action. And I think that's what makes Mafia missions and the general experience so interesting, is that we're constantly trying to change that roller coaster experience that you're on.
Enzo's proving himself
I
with
hope
guns.
so, my
And
boy.
we wanted the combat to feel like there was a scarcity of resources, so you have to be more tactical in the way that you approach combat. The knife has been an integral part of gameplay. It's a part of Sicilian culture.
We wanted our gameplay to be immersive.
Don't
to
have
a
no
life
help
or
on the
death
life,
kind
bro,
of
like
vibe.
Last of
so
Us.
when players are in a knife duel, when they're in a gunfight, they're genuinely fearing for their lives.
My flesh must burn like this saint if I do not keep my oath.
Bringing 1900 Sicily to life for us, it infuses every aspect of the development. It's about the characters. It's about the
who's
music.
the shorty,
it's
man?
about the story. It's
I
about
want to
the
see some.
setting. It's
I
about
want to see some shorties. All I've been seeing is men in Mafia for some reason. Not a single shorty. And GTA is all about ass.
It's about the vehicles. It's everything. It always starts with research. It always starts with immersing ourselves in the subject matter. So whether that's reading every crime book around the Sicilian Mafia, watching all of the movies, even driving the cars, firing the weapons, and then translating that into the game, that's the development experience.
We even sent some folks out to Sicily. We were then able to take all of those experiences and try to translate it into an on-screen experience, but also a story. And those two things are woven together in a way that I think players are going to really enjoy.
Bravery is not common in this world, and so
The Mafia that we see in Mafia the Old Country is much different than the Mafia that we see in some of the other Mafia games. It's a time-honored tradition steeped in secrecy, and there's this sort of deep honor that we see within the Teresi family and within the characters there.
The characters' relationships with each other, the way they behave, is very much influenced by that setting and that cultural difference.
This is a distinctive experience that I've never played before, and I'm sure that players are going to feel the same.
Mafia the Old Country is our first Unreal 5 game in the studio, and it's particularly suited to the Sicilian setting.
We've really been able to push the boat out in terms of sort of the real tiny details on everything.
You know, one of the big ones for me is metahuman. You have characters that have really lifelike expressions, micro details. You know, many times when I'm watching the game, especially on a big screen in 4K, I start to forget that they're characters rendered in an engine. They just look like real characters in a movie. I think that's the level of immersion that we want, and it allows people, I think, to really suspend their disbelief and go
Wow,
along
look
for
at
the ride.
this.
Enzo is beautifully rendered in the game, and I think he's one of the most compelling game characters we've seen for a long time.
The thing I'm most excited about from Mafia the Old Country is finally getting the game in players' hands.
The story pulls you through really quickly, and at the end, it takes your breath away, and it's one that you're not going to want to spoil for your friends.
The visuals and the storytelling are
Don't do that to
absolutely
me!
next level.
Our setting's completely distinctive. Our story's completely unique. This is a game that you haven't played before. The best crime stories have unforgettable twists, and this game's no exception. Players are in for a treat.
Welcome, Enzo.
Yeah, there's some betrayal, some life on the line. Come on, bro. We already know how it goes. Like, oh, there is a shorty there. Okay, what the fuck? Wow. Okay. I mean, I guess I made a 2-minute video out of it too, so shit. You better be here. That's all I'm saying. You better be here. You have nowhere to be but here. I'm fucking excited. I'll see you then.